And joining in studio now is Tom Djokovic. Tom is the CEO of XsunX Incorporated. Their stock symbol's XSNX. Tom, good to see you.
Thanks for having me back, Don.
Now, I know you got here just by the skin of your teeth because you were actually out in the field this morning making a presentation.
Yeah, Don, we sure were. We're there, Riverside, San Bernardino, Imperial counties. There's a lot of agricultural development efforts, businesses there, dairy farms, things like that, and that's an area we're looking to move into. So we targeted, flagged a couple of groups out there, businessmen, and was out there this morning making presentations and looking hopefully to get into that business. I mean, they use a lot of electricity.
Of course.
I mean, the cost of pumping water alone is enormous, and solar systems are ideal for offsetting those costs.
Well, looking at the increase in electricity that we have seen in Southern California, not to mention the increase in water costs, I mean, these ranchers and these agricultural people, they've got to be looking at every little bit of ways that they can save money.
Well, yeah, because we also have a drought. So the double whammy effect of a drought and then the cost of having to pump that water out, I mean, literally pulls the profits right out of their pockets. It actually makes it unprofitable. And so, making these kinds of investments in solar, we believe really pays off for them. So we started that educational process with them, bring them up to speed. Probably be 3 to 6 months average, 3 to 4 months with most of these guys to get them to a comfort level where they can make an educated decision.
So this kind of represents another direction that you're going, because previous you were talking about commercial installations on existing buildings. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you're looking at the agriculture business, you're looking at commercial installations, what, in open fields?
Absolutely, yeah. It just exactly, that's what it's called, a ground mount. Where and that's what these guys have a lot of, and so we can come in there. We have there's lots of different interesting mounting systems that allow you to adapt to the topography of the area. This particular gentleman, one of the guys we met with today, he's got a lot of circular sprinkler systems. Mm-hmm. So our solar systems have to conform to those different patterns and things like that. But it's easy to do with the kinds of installation hardware they have nowadays, and they're warranted for 20 to 25 years. So these are great, very, very durable investments.
Well, we've talked about this before in the program because you've got, Southern California. There's a tremendous amount of population, so there's a lot of available business. There's a tremendous amount of sun, no question about it, and it's pretty much 365 days a year.
Yep.
But what are you seeing as the biggest challenge that you're facing as far as, pushing this idea forward?
Well, it's bringing people up to speed with the financial benefits. I mean, solar on the residential side, I think, is something that's been converted into a bit of a no-brainer. We save $100 a month. On the business side, there's a much larger investment required, and there's a lot more of economic benefits. And so the educational process and understanding the financials, which we do a very thorough, detailed set of financials to show the benefits. Working through that and getting the customer fully convinced that what we're presenting is indeed factual is really where the lag occurs. And so, in my opinion, I think we're dealing with lots of early adopters, which is a good space to be because we're developing a lot of brand awareness, and as the market really starts to blow open more next year and the following year, we're hoping to carry that brand awareness into a very, very healthy, growing business.
You had shown us a typical company presentation a couple of weeks ago on the program. It was very interesting because you were able to demonstrate for us the actual cost savings on a typical installation, the addition to the property value on a typical installation, and basically the system pretty much paid for itself. Now, that's on a commercial installation on a building. Can you show those same kind of numbers on an agricultural installation?
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the dairy farmers we met with today, I was able to present the fact that the actual value of his business was going to increase. Essentially, Don, for every $1,000 per month that you can reduce per year that you can reduce your operating expenses, it's worth about $20,000 more in valuation of your business or your property. So if you're looking at a business where you're going to offset $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, times 12 months, times $20,000, these are very substantial returns just in the increased value of your business that you can earn, not to mention the tax benefits, the reductions in operating costs. It just goes on and on.
So what you need to do then is just buy an ad space in an agricultural magazine that says move to solar for the dairy farmers and you're in business.
Well, these guys, they know what they're doing. They're principled businessmen. And so, the proof is in the pudding, and we've got some explaining to do with them still.
Once again, XsunX Incorporated, XSNX, their stock symbol. This is great as this continues to develop. Thanks so much, Tom.
Thanks, Don.